Have you ever been in a situation where you put your trust in, say, a salesperson at a car dealership, and you were expecting them to do right by you and do the right thing because that's what they led you to believe, only to find out that they weren't being as upfront and straight with you? Well, today I'm going to share something with you about the Clarity Act and why is so much friction going on. And why the most important thing I'm gonna share with you is the power of owning a digital asset. Okay. Before we get started, though, this is Doc Favor, just in case you're new to the channel. And around here, we talk about mindset, mastery, wealth creation, and just how to live that life of freedom. And we're going to get right into it. But as always, if you're getting something of value and this information is resonating with you, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn that bell notification on, and we'll get right into it. So look, you all, let me just share this with you before I go to my piece right here and show you what some of the stuff I found. I want you to understand that even though we rely on people and we hope that they would do the right thing, sometimes you have to do your due diligence and do that research on your own because, hey, people are human. And when it comes to finances and money, you all, especially large numbers, man, sometimes people do weird things. And so, as we get into this subject, I want you to really pay attention to this because I'm getting ready to show you some real information, what the pundits are talking about, what smart money is doing. Okay, so first thing first, we'll go here, and I want you to take a listen to this. So turn your sound up, you all, and I'll stop as needed. Okay, but I want you all to hear this. All right.
Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says he is sad to hear about how JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon feels about the Clarity Act. This after Jamie Dimon told me he's going to fight it 2 weeks ago. Watch this.
I did a
Are
video.
you happy with the way the Clarity Act is turning out?
No. No, because it allows them to effectively pay interest on deposits, stable coins or something like that, without the protection that they should have. And it doesn't do anything for AML BSA. It has almost no legal protections. So no, the banks will not accept it that way.
They won't
and the ABA, the small banks, the credit unions, it's not just the big guys. I'm not worried about stablecoin, but if it happened, I'm telling you, I would have nothing to do with it, and it would eventually blow up on its own. Okay, but that's my personal thing. But I do understand the concern of all the other banks. So,
well, the markup is coming. I mean, what are you going to do about it?
it is. We'll fight it. If we lose, we lose, and we'll live.
Yeah. Okay.
But it will be fought. This will not be. No one's going to bow down to this guy, okay, or that company.
It's personal now.
And he's the only one.
Yeah.
And he's spending hundreds of millions of dollars in Washington this thing.
He said he's representing the whole industry.
Full of
Now, what I want you to understand is that he just basically told you why he don't like this Clarity Act, because it's going to allow them to give interest. Now, here's something that many of you all don't pay attention to, and I've been saying this since been teaching Forex. The bank take your money and go get rich off of it and don't give you hardly nothing. So I just went and looked up how much interest does my money earn in a regular Chase bank account, y'all. Now, I'm not knocking it because they got their ways and everybody do the same, but watch this, just common knowledge. A regular Chase savings account, you all, earns an annual percentage yield, APY, of just 0.01. The math, watch this, here's the math. If you keep a balance of $10,000 in a standard Chase savings account, you will only earn about $1 in interest over an entire year. What? A premier account, the highest tier, Chase Premier Savings Account, earns slightly more, but is still capped between 0.01 cent and 0.02 cent APY, depending on your balance. Checking accounts, most standard checking accounts like Chase Total Checking, earn 0 APY, while some premium tiers like Sapphire Checking earn 0.01. Now, standard saving account carries a $5 a month fee, which you must actively waive by maintaining at least $300 daily balance of setting up recurring transfers. Do y'all hear this? So you mean to tell me that the guy is upset now, and I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but for where I'm sitting, And you're going to hear, because I got about 4 minutes of this that I'm going to break down. Y'all going to hear another person, the senator of the banking committee from South Carolina, say something about this. But you can clearly hear that with that Clarity Act, we start tokenizing our digital assets and saving them and putting them in that account so we can get our own interest instead of someone else. It's upset. It's disrupting the industry. Favors, are you telling me if I own a yeah, yeah, because they know who would just park their money in a regular bank and let it sit there, big money if it's not earning anything, but yet they earning interest. That's a trip, isn't it? Yeah.
Armstrong maintaining the regulatory framework he claims will be good for the banks. More than 200 crypto companies and lobbying groups are now calling on the Senate to schedule a floor vote on the key digital asset legislation. Joining me now is South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. He's the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee. Mr. Chairman, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, Maria.
Obviously, people feel like the Senate's running out of time to get the Clarity Act passed before the August recess. What's your reaction to what Jamie Dimon just said and what no doubt you've been hearing from other major banks?
Watch this, y'all.
Well, it looks like to me that Jamie and Brian might need to see some counseling together because they're actually distracting from the actual main point. Jamie more than Brian, by the way. The fact of the matter is that even J.P. Morgan is now getting involved in stablecoins. Why? Because digital assets is a part of the future of finance. So every single industry will want to be a part of that, including banks. So what we're talking about.
Digital assets, you heard him say it, is becoming a part of the financial stable in terms of what's happening in the bank and the world. It's stable coins, okay? It's strengthening the US dollar, which you'll hear him say in a minute. But what I'm doing now is raising awareness for you all to let you know why it's important and why you hear me talking about digital assets, democratization of these assets, and owning versus consumerism. Okay, we got a certain point where we got to go buy stuff. So we totally not going to ever not be consumers. What I'm saying is, wouldn't it be nice to balance that portfolio out? And while I'm saying that, let me just say this, that I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't be your financial advisor. But once again, this is for educational purposes only, guys. So I want you to hear, listen what Mr. Tim Scott, South Carolina, the senator, is saying about this, right? This is important, y'all, for real.
Today is how do we set the rules of the road so that we protect our consumers. Job one is making sure that consumers are protected. Job two, making it less expensive to do business in America and easier to do it 24/7. Blockchain and digital assets allows us to get there faster. It's coming, period.
It's coming, period. Blockchain, digital assets. Y'all, he's talking about cryptocurrency. Now, I know some of you all be like, man, well, y'all just gonna force us into it. Guys, between blockchain and AI and crypto, it's here. And notice why. There's a demand on being able to not only just do transactions 24 hours a day, y'all. And you may say, well, why that's the case? Well, because from being in a company now myself, a great business, Bellator, Miracle Pay, and Mediterra, I have business partners on the West Coast in different parts of the world, whereas they 7, 8, 10 hours ahead of us. So, for example, if I'm going to share and do a presentation for a person, it's one on here I did. I was up to like 10, 11 because on the West Coast where they were, it was like 7 or 8 because they 3 hours behind us, or we're 3 hours ahead of them, however you want to say it. And so when you start conducting business, think about if someone was across the globe at 3 a.m. London markets and other markets are just waking up. Asian markets, I mean, just waking up, right? So we have to get up and trade. That means we have to get up and be able to do business. And a lot of times here in America, at 5 o'clock, the New York Stock Exchange closes, but it's still business to be done. And we have to wait till the next day till a wire transfer, all that clear. Not with blockchain, not with this tokenization. We can trade OTC on certain markets, peer to peer now. I'm telling y'all, this is amazing, man. And so you can get your stuff and settle your accounts in real time. That's the power of blockchain in a matter of minutes. Some wires take 2 to 3 days, but anyway, y'all, that's why it's important. He said it's coming. It's not on the way. I'm telling you, flat out, point blank, period. So we need to get ahead of the game, y'all.
Well, I mean, we were just talking with Michael Seelig, and, he made the point that we need the framework in place so that the business doesn't go offshore, right? So that we don't see a lot of these crypto companies go to other countries to actually do this. You've made this legislation a priority, and I want to get your take about that. How much do you believe will come into the U.S. once?
See, now that's how a lot of us back in the day, I'll say this. This is why a lot of crypto, when it first came out, we used to call it crypto cowboy land, wild, wild crypto, because there was offshore. So there was no way for us to track brokers' accounts. And they knew that and they played on that. But that was because of the old administration was not filling crypto. Okay, that is one of the things. Whether you agree with the current government administration here in the U.S., I'm not here to debate that. All I'm saying is that it's friendly, it's crypto friendly, and is able to make these type of advancements so that we can position ourselves and stay in a position of economic, power and whatnot. So listen at this.
We do have the Clarity Act in place. I mean, how significant is the business if, in fact, those companies don't go offshore?
Listen at these.
Some of us estimated that the actual sector itself, the industry, is worth about $3 trillion now. I think it's going to $30 trillion in the next several years. The truth of the matter is that we can either
3 trillion now. Now I got a slide that I'm gonna show you all in a minute because some of you all, if you stick around to the end, I'm gonna show you a play where you can actually get involved and have some ownership in the game because that's what it's about. I started off by saying, what happens if you had a person who you thought was gonna be up front with you. And I said that, I'm glad because I forgot to close that loop. When I showed you the image of Jamie Dimon at the beginning, Jamie Dimon, I hate to say it, but he looked like someone who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Meaning, he said, well, it's not regulated because they can just give interest, but I just showed you how much interest we're getting from them. Almost nothing. You see? And so where is all that interest going? Y'all see why I say it's a disruptor now? But we're going to be able to own our assets and then have our own ownership. And that's why it's very important, you all, that I'm showing you this piece and that you understand the power of digital assets in terms of owning them, okay?
lead in America or watch the dust from a distance. We're not going to do that. We're going to lead in America. Why? Because we're Americans. Maria, we have to make sure that we have an environment that is conducive for the brightest minds, the greatest thinkers, entrepreneurs to descend upon America to make sure that we are the economic financial capital of the world for another generation. Frankly, what we've already seen, Maria, with stable coins is that our dollar dominance is actually increasing. More than $300 billion of more activity around the world because of stable coins. And where is the activity happening? Around the dollar, because stable coins requires dollars or U.S. Treasuries to back every single penny that you find in stablecoins. Really good news for America's dollar remaining the reserve currency of the world. And if you look into the future beyond that, single mothers like the one that raised me, people working paycheck to paycheck, democratization through digital assets will bring down the cost of transactions and speed up the time of delivery, so the banks and or anyone else is not holding your money and earning interest. You'll be able to earn that interest yourself. This is good news.
That's basically what I wanted to tell you all and what I wanted you all to hear. The democratization of digital assets give you, single mothers, single dads, struggling people, regular working people like us, the ability to take back ownership and control over our financial portfolios, because we get to collect on that interest ourselves through owning digital assets. Guys, the writing is on the wall. That's all I wanted you to hear from Mr. Tim Scott, because I knew he was going to go there. He was going to say it right there. Now, he has some other things to say. Let me see, where's my number? No, we close to it. That's good enough right there. He got some other stuff, but I don't want to keep you too long on this piece. Now, well, Doc, if that's the case, then where do I find some digital assets to earn? I'm not talking about just buying crypto and holding and selling it now, y'all, which is a good thing. You want to diversify. But I'm talking about ownership, actually getting involved in being able to earn passive and residual income because you own something that's going to pay you dividends daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. I think that would be something that we want to know about. And so let me just share this with you. Now, you've seen me do this before. Y'all on YouTube, you can scroll up, you can see all of this. And you've been hearing me talk about it. I just did a video earlier. Let me see where it is, where you can go and see that we are on the OTC board. Let me see. Let me go here first, guys, because I want you all to see this. Yep, here it is right here. It's in our, so it's in the, and I just uploaded like a couple of videos. I've been doing video. I put about 2, 3 up there, but I want y'all to get this information in real time. So right here, if you look up the Bellator Life update and Q&A, I think this is the one that goes into when I just Googled it. I wanted you to see how easy it was to Google and uh and what happened. Creation and just let me see here. I think this is the one. Yep, that's them doing that right there. Yep, right there. Yeah. I Google what is Mediterra Holdings, and right there you'll see that we are on the OTC and everything. So we're publicly traded now, right? And that's just amazing to have right there. And then of course, if you go back out of here, you see the introduction to the travel club. That's the Boogie Gopher Club, y'all. You know, the little gopher that was in Caddyshack. Our owners had, and I used to love that movie too. It was one of my favorite movies growing up. So I identify with that as well. But that little gopher was a trip in that movie Caddyshack. But I'm saying you had Bill Murray in there, and I think Chevy Chase was his name. But yeah, but those videos are there. Okay, so back to this right here. Um, and then of course, when you talk about Miracle Pay, this is what I want you all to know. We have a serious ecosystem, but this is what's most important. What is so important? Why is it so amazing about Miracle Pay? Miracle Pay, you all, bridges cryptocurrency and traditional finance, which allows merchants to accept cryptocurrency while converting it into fiat for bank deposits. So now watch. What does that mean? That means real world businesses can accept crypto payments. That's use case. When you hear Tim Scott and them talking about stable coins and democratization of digital assets, what that basically means is you have tokens. You're going to tokenize some of these assets. So if you have a famous painting or some diamonds or some gold or some oil or something like that, you can then tokenize it, and that's what we specialize in. Minterra, part of Miracle, we specialize in that. And then you get the tokens, and as the value goes up, your token goes up. Y'all see what's happening? But Miracle Pay allows you, once you get the coins and transactions, instead of you trying to convert it and swap and do all that, you can use your card, tap, swipe, or insert, buy, sell, and hold. And we get paid off the transaction fees. Did y'all hear what I just told you? So then when you talk about integration with the bank, funds are deposited directly into the bank. And we already have contracts with major companies, you all, that as soon, woohoo, in just a little while. I just said woohoo, y'all had to say that so long. You're going to see it happen to where it's going to be, I'm looking for the right term. It's not an announcement, but a press release. You're going to see press release after press release about some of the major corporations that we're doing partnerships with that's now going to be accepting crypto, and they're going to be using our software. And every time that happens, y'all, this is what I mean why you got an opportunity to own something. Well, how do I own that? How do I, what do I got to do? What I got to do? I'm going to show you. First of all, you all see me with this slide. Trillions in crypto, but most people still can't spend it naturally. 2.7 trillion. Tim Scott said it's valued at 3 trillion and going to be 30 trillion in a few years. Now, once again, I wish I could give y'all these so y'all can look through my glasses. Because if you can't see what's getting ready to happen with AI and blockchain and crypto and all this stuff coming together, it is a perfect storm for a tsunami, something just once in our lifetime. We missed it with Bitcoin. Mhm. At least I did. I missed it with Amazon. I even missed it with Meta. Said I wasn't gonna miss this one because it's solving a problem. And like I said, imagine like look at the picture. Take your phone or a car and just tap it on that POS system. Anywhere you go, how you gonna pay? That's it, it's being processed. Now imagine this on a global scale around the world. So what if existing merchant systems could simply upgrade? And what if you could own a piece of this? How? Through purchasing one of our nodes. See, that's the power of those Miracle Pay nodes. And we're running a special right now. You buy one, you get four. I said it. You buy one, you get four of them. What? Nodes help power these expanding systems because basically nodes help support and validate the transactions. So what happens is when you make that transaction, say you're going to get your favorite coffee, you're going to buy a new car, whatever, you pay it, you buy it with crypto. Imagine that going somewhere and they charge you a certain amount of crypto and you say, okay, boom, I'm just going to crypto it out. We used to say cash it out. I'm cryptoing it out. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It go up to the node and then it validates the purchases. So actually, when I use my crypto card, I'm going to be getting paid from using my crypto card and I'm throwing back into the community. I'm hoping y'all getting this, man. If I was doing this live, I'd tell y'all to put some sevens in the chat, man. But for real, y'all, this is so major. This is the power of owning digital assets. And when we say digital assets, we're talking about nodes, we're talking about tokens, we're talking about anything that's connected to blockchain, Web3 technology, y'all. It is here. Financial technology is not going anywhere. I'm just blessed and so grateful that in my lifetime, I was connected to the right people at the right time that I was able to become a part of this. Now, when we talk about this miracle CPU node, the node itself offers investors like you and I an innovative way to earn daily payouts and benefit from comprehensive utilities by participating in our payment network. You see, yes, we have a component where if you're a team builder, you got a hard condition to share, you can do that. But I'm telling you now, it's the network, y'all. It's the ecosystem from what? The Miracle Pay Rails, the Miracle Exchange offices that we have coming up, the Miracle Chain itself. We got our own chain, you all. And then the Miracle Card. You all see this? This is what they've been doing and building for 9 years. And it's time, baby. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm gonna stay in control, and I like it. I know corny. All right. So anyway, how are we gonna get all these systems out, y'all? We have already partnered with the biggest 4 POS distributors in the world: Ingenico, Pax, NCR, and Verifone. They already have the expansive deployment of the devices. All we gotta do is upload our software on their systems, and that's it, guys. You see? So when I say that we have an ability for you to get involved in owning these things, well, favors, how do I get involved? Easy. One or two ways. Obviously, whoever showed you the video, you can get back with them and get their link, and they'll walk you through it. I'm the one who's sharing it with you all. Y'all know what to do. Hit that first link down below. I'm serious. You get in, get yourself in, and then you email me. Because when you hit that link in V2, they're going to ask you to put your email in. And when you see me as your sponsor, you're going to see my email. You send me an email. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add you to a private WhatsApp group so that we can support and help you on board. That means everything you need to do to secure your nodes and all your wallets and everything to connect everything, we got you, man. Seriously. Because we believe in helping people build. We wealth engineers, y'all. All right? So with that being said, please go back and watch this several times, you all, so that you can get it. The power of owning digital assets is in your hands. It's at your fingertips. All you gotta do is make a decision, all right? So with that being said, guys, hey, once again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share, leave a comment down below. I appreciate all of you all supporting the community as always. And hey, once again, hope to see you on the other side. And remember, consistency is the key, you all. Master your mindset, be consistent, and you'll go to the top. This is Doc Favors. We'll see you next time.